work needed to make Victoria as good as new took a long time. Summer came with a long dry spell. There was no rain at all for many weeks. The sun shone from a clear blue sky, and the engines grew hotter and hotter. Sometimes Daisy noticed creatures coiled up beside the line, enjoying the sunshine. Usually they took no notice as she passed, but now and then they would slither away to hide behind the dry grass. "How do they move?" wondered Daisy. "They've got no legs." "Neither of you," laughed the driver, "but you manage all right. They are grass snakes, and they move by wriggling their bodies very fast from side to side." "How clever," thought Daisy. And she told Thomas and Percy about it. Percy shuddered. "I don't like the sound of that," he said. "I hope they don't come near me." "They won't," his driver reassured him, smiling. "They're harmless, and much more frightened of you than you are of them, I promise." "I'm not scared, Percy," said Daisy scornfully. "Surely you're not frightened of a few harmless wriggly things." Percy wasn't comforted. "Ugh," he said. "Just the thought of those snakes makes me shiver." Daisy thought he was being very silly. One afternoon she brought some boxes up from the junction. The men handled them very carefully. "It's a special delivery," explained Daisy's driver. "What's so special about it?" asked Daisy. "It's live eels," her driver said. "Sort of water snakes. They're for a special menu at the restaurant in the high street." Very carefully, the porters stacked the boxes on the platform. Daisy moved back so that the milk van could be coupled onto her. The pile of boxes was now just in front of her, while porters began to load empty milk churns into her van. Suddenly, a small boy ran past. He accidentally caught the top box on the pile with his coat sleeve. It hit the platform and burst open on the rails in front of Daisy. Out cascaded a knot of black, slithery eels, which at once tried to wriggle away in all directions. Some of them went underneath Daisy. "Eee!" she squealed. "Help!" A porter ran to see what the matter was. He found Daisy pulling a face of such disgust that he had to laugh. "Get me out of here!" wailed Daisy. "Stop making such a fuss," ordered her driver. "They're only eels. They're not going to hurt you. You've blown a fuse anyway, so you'll have to wait till he mended." In no time, all the eels had been rescued and put into another box. None the worse for their adventure. A porter came to take them well out of harm's way. Daisy couldn't bear to watch. A fitter came and tried to mend her, but she was in such a state of nerves that it was no use. Thomas had to pick up her passengers and take them back to the junction. That night in the shed, Percy and Toby made up lots of what they called wriggly jokes, which Daisy thought were very silly and not funny at all. "Never mind," said Toby. "Near my old railway, there's a place called Ely. Think of that." Daisy shuddered. It was the last thing she wanted to think about.